Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the second day of our 5-day comprehensive G Suite training. I am Jay De Vera, and I will be your moderator for this afternoon. How's everyone? I'm sure excited na tayo para sa panibago nating matututunan today. Alright, so before we begin with our session for today, let's have a recap of our session last Wednesday on Google Drive, Google Docs, and Google Scholar. Let us know kung ano ang key takeaways or aha moments ninyo last session. Pwede po ninyo i-comment sa chat box. Okay, so sino kayang unang mag-share ng learning? Good afternoon, everyone. Ms. Zaida Noor, we can collaborate our work using GDocs. Yes, that's right. Claudette Cabalya, nakakabilib po yung tatlo. I agree. Akala natin, simple-simple lang, pero marami pa pala tayo magagawa, no? Miss Flor de Liza Naag, I've learned that Gmails are non-G Suite accounts. Yes. Miss Annalyn Tan, I learned how to manipulate Google Drive. Excited in doing the assignment and I finished it last night. Wow, congratulations, ma'am. So, isave lang po muna natin ang ating mga assignments. Magsa-start po ang submission niyan sa July 10. So, congratulations po sa mga nakatapos na. Sa mga hindi pa, okay lang po yan. Mahaba pa po ang time natin. Mr. Roel Dexter, what I learned is how to make a magazine. I have already made my assignment. Ayun, so congratulations, sir. So, baka mag-change career na tayo, no? Magle-layout na tayo ng magazine. Marion Cabalfin, you can share PDF with other users and they can also be the owner. Yes, tama po yan. And Mr. Daryl Ace Cornell, aha moments is voice typing. Yes, I agree. Nakita po namin ang mga comments ninyo nung yan po ang topic natin, no? So talagang wow, galing. Same din po doon sa picture to text na conversion. Alright, so marami pang mga nagsishare ng kanilang mga learnings. So maraming salamat po sa mga nagbahagi ng kanilang mga natutunan sa ating session last Wednesday. Umpisa pa lang po yan at ngayon ay dadagdagan pa po natin ang inyong kaalaman sa G Suite, specifically about Google Sheets. So simulan na natin. Tawagin na po natin ang ating resource person. Let us all welcome Mr. Bien Basal. Sir Bien?
Yes, thank you, Miss Jade. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon sa ating mga live viewers dito sa YouTube channel natin. And again, thank you very much for joining us again dito sa ating 5-day session po ng ating G Suite Comprehensive Training. No? So for this day, day 2, ang ating focus is more on Google Sheets po, ang ating gagamitin ngayon. Okay? So yun po yung ating pagtutuunan ng pansin. Yan. So before I start po, before I begin, I will display first my slide. I will show my slide po. Ito. Ayan. Okay. So, day 1 objectives po natin. Ayan. At the end of the training, participants should be able to define Google Sheets, understand the different functionalities of Google Sheets, navigate the different parts of each Google Sheets work area, and modify the content in Google Sheets. And of course, one of the most important part po ng ating Google Sheets, since ito po ay under ng Spreadsheets application, is how to use functions and formula. Okay? Date text entry po kasi madali eh. You can just simply type contents, type text doon sa inyong Google Sheets. Pero yung ma-maximize yung paggamit po ng mga functions and formula, ito po yung pinaka-importante kasi you're going to use this sa school for grade computation. If you're working sa office, you can use this to uh, analyze or examine yung inyong data sa office for business data, yung mga ganon. Okay, so yun ang ating focus for this 2.5 hours. Still, after ko mag-discuss mamaya ng mga around 1 hour po, you will have your break po. Okay? And ang the best part po dito, kaya po natin ginawang 5 days ito or 5-day training is later, you will have a file na kailangan nyo pong gamitin sa bahay para po kayo makapag-practice. Okay, wait lang po. Yung camera ko, ayusin ko lang. Yan. So, yan po ang pinaka-best part dyan. Meron kayong iuwing activity mamaya and yun ang inyo pong ipapractice. Tapos, yun din po ang inyong ibabalik sa amin as part ng isa po sa mga requirements po. Okay? Ayan. Training outline. Wala na po itong part na to. Google Sheets. Start na po tayo. Okay? Google Sheet is a spreadsheet program included as part of free web-based software office suite offered by Google within its Google Drive service. Ayan. So, yesterday, anong first day natin, what we did is we explore Google Drive and we explored din po yung part ng Google Docs. Okay? And we know that in Google Docs, you can now start creating, for example, your research paper. Pwede dyan. You can create your own examination. You can create anything na halos similar po sa ginagawa nyo sa MS Word since Google Docs is a word processing application. Okay, the only difference is it's a web-based. Okay, meaning the interface is in the web browser. Yun lang po siya. Okay? Ayan. So how to open your Google Sheets? Ayan. So if you're inside your Google Drive, you need to click New Google Sheets and you have two options again. You can select blank or template. Okay? Now, if you want to use your URL, you can type sheets.google.com or sheets.new. So, meron kayong two options po dito para po kayo makapag-access on how to access your Google Sheets application. Okay? Yan. Later, papakita ko po sa inyo. Okay, so pakita ko muna po yung ating setup. Okay. So if you're inside Google Drive, this is your Google Drive. Okay. We have here your button New. Okay, mas maganda po kasing much better if you will start opening your application inside Google Drive because again, your Google Drive is your storage. That's your storage and you can easily access the different Google apps sa loob po ng Google Drive. Okay? So just click New. We have here Google Sheets. And we have here the arrow button. You have two options here. Blank spreadsheet or from a template. Similar to your Google Docs, if you select from a template, I will show you. Okay. What will happen is it will show you options ng available template for Google Sheets. For example, this one. We have here annual budget. We have here to-do list, monthly budget, calendar. Okay, so we have different categories for your Google Sheet. Okay, you can select personal. So personal, you have here to-do list, annual budget. We also have here for work-related spreadsheets like invoice, timesheet for timekeeping, financial statements. We also have here for project management, Gantt chart, project timeline, etc. So all you have to do is explore these categories and try to check yung kanyang differences, yung kanyang mga design or yung font, ganun lang po siya. Okay? Another thing, if you access template is, we have here blank, which you're going to use. Okay? Because You need to select blank as a new spreadsheet po. Okay, so we have here blank. If you click this blank, I will show you, it will open a blank spreadsheet. As simple as that. Okay, so I will close again. So again, if you're inside Google Drive, you have new Google Sheets, and from template, or if you want to start working using blank spreadsheet, you can click this one, blank spreadsheet. Okay. Yeah. So we have here the blank spreadsheet. So I'm just showing you the different ways on how you can open or access your Google Sheets. Okay. Another thing is, if you're in your browser, you can just simply type here Google Sheets, sheets.google.com. This one. Okay. Sheets.google.com. So if you press enter, okay, it will open again your spreadsheet together with the template. Okay? So that's the difference. But if you type, for example, this one, if you type sheets.new, which is a like shortcut key, press enter, it will create a blank spreadsheet. Okay, so it's up to you. You can use the Google Drive to access your Google Sheets, or you can use manual typing to open your Google Sheets template gallery, or to create a blank template. Okay, so let's navigate. Yeah, I will explain first the working area. Then later, I will continue working with the slides. Okay, so that you get familiarized first. Okay. And so I'm just using a snipping tool. Okay, snipping tool just to. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So this is the working area. Okay. I will explain one by one. So similar to your to your Google Docs. Okay. We have here your title. Okay. Untitled spreadsheet. So you need to type first your spreadsheet file name before you start working with your Google Sheets. Okay? It's a best practice that you type first the file name, set first the location before you start working sa pinaka Google Sheet natin. Okay? Next part here, this one, we have here the file, edit, view, insert, format, etc. This is what we called as the formatting, as your menu bar, sorry. This is your menu bar. Okay? Menu bar. It's almost similar with other application. If you're using MS application, this is very common, file, edit, view. Also in your Google Docs. Okay? There are some menus here that is different in your Google Docs, but most of the commands here are almost similar with Google Docs. Okay? Second part here, this section, this part here, bottom, this is your formatting. Okay? So you need to observe this section. Okay? So this is your formatting tool. So for formatting, what you can do is to format your text or to format the content of your cell. For example, you have a text, you can modify its font style like bold, italic. If you have a number, you can modify or change it. For example, currency or percentage. So later we will explore. Okay, but basically this section will allows you to modify the appearance of your content. Okay. Another important part here is this one. This one with FX, this one, this section. That is your formula bar. Okay? And the function of formula bar is, this is the area or section where you can type formula in your Google Sheets. Of course, you can also type formula in your cells. Okay, but the main function of this formula bar is to show you the function or formula that is inside of the cell. Okay, so we have here the ABC, A, B, C. Okay, all the way. If you check here, these are all alphabet, and we call this as your column. Okay, column. Same with MS Excel columns. Okay, so these columns, this ABC, we call that as column header. Okay, ABC, we call that as column header. So, ang purpose niyan is like a label for your column. And the numbers here, right side, this is what we called as your row headers. Okay? Column header and row header are very useful, especially if you want to reference a cell. So later, you will see how to reference a cell so that you know where to set your functions and formula. Okay? So what else? If you scroll down here, lower part, this section, we call this as your tab navigation. Okay, tabs. Okay, or navigation for your tabs. So in every worksheet or in every Google Sheets you open, you can actually create more than one sheet. You can have 2 sheets, 3 sheets. It's up to you, depending on the data that you need to encode. In my case, where I was teaching in secondary school, way back 2001 to 2008, that's a very long time. I used to have like 6 sheets because I have 6 sections that I handle. Of course, one is my advisory, and I have like five sections that I handle. So each sections they have one sheet. Okay. Yan. So we also have here the scroll bar. This one, scroll. That's your horizontal scroll bar, and up here we have your vertical scroll bars. Okay. So straightforward, scroll bar used to navigate dun sa page by simply scrolling left and right. Okay? We also have here, if you see here, this lower right portion, yung parang merong star dito, that is your explore. Explore button. Okay? Now, if you recall, during our day 1, excuse, during our day 1 discussion, we use this explore button in your Google Docs. And what you see is every time you use Google Explore button in Google Docs, it shows you results. For example, if you search dog or cybersecurity as a keyword, it will show you web results related to dogs or cybersecurity, or it will show you images related to cybersecurity. And another option is it will open your Google Drive. Okay? So that's the function of Explore button in Google Docs. But if you use Explore button in Google Sheet or Google Sheets, it's different. Okay? So later we will see what is the purpose of this Explore button later. Okay? So what else? Let's check. Of course, up right here, we have in the upper right corner, we have here the share button. Similar to your Google Docs. Okay? Share button allows you to share your file to your colleagues for collaboration. Okay? So almost Google application or G Suite application, they have this share button. Okay? Yan. So I think that's all for the basic parts. Okay? Now, we have here rectangles here. This one, and it's a lot. We call this as a cell. Okay? So inside your cell, we can add text, number, or any characters. Okay, so that's your cell. So we have here columns again, and we have here rows, and the rectangle created by these intersecting columns and rows, these are what we called as cells. Okay, I will continue. Okay, so cell in Google Sheets or any spreadsheet application, actually, we have two types of cell. The first one is active cell. Active cell is the cell that is currently selected. So in spreadsheet, every time you click cell, it will highlight that cell, and that is your active cell. Whereas reference cell, uh, it is a cell address. Okay, it's an alphanumeric value used to identify a specific cell. So in spreadsheet application, we use reference cell. We use cell address to target the cell. Okay, so a reference cell can contain an absolute value or a relative value. Yan. So make sure that you read or you follow with the slide because this might appear in your quiz. Okay, so make sure you watch the video and read the slides because some of the questions in your quiz will maybe this cell or active cell will appear in your quiz. Okay, so I will show you first. I will zoom in. So this is your active cell. Okay, if I click here, active cell. If I click here, active cell. Okay, and so if I click here, so this is B4. Okay, this is B4, B column, fourth row. So this is the cell reference or the cell name is B4. Okay, so later you will understand this once we go to the formula. Okay, so how to add content? Add content in Google Sheet, straightforward. Just select the cell, type for example the name or the content, Juan de la Cruz. Okay, pressing the tab key will move you to the next cell. Okay, so for example, let's say this is full name, this is home, address, country, city. For example, city, located. Okay, straightforward. So once you have your content content in your cell, you can actually resize the cell by simply hovering in between of this A and B column. Okay, if you see this two-headed arrow, horizontal arrow, you can click, hold, and drag to resize the cell. Okay, so this is basic. Our first 30 minutes will focus here in the basic part. Okay, so if you click country, you can actually format this text by simply clicking this bold, italic, and you can change the font size, of course. Okay. You can also change the color by simply clicking this font color. Change the color. Okay, bold, italic. I can change again the size. Click this, for example, blue. Okay. So that is how to format your font. Okay. Again, if it is selected, if the cell is bigger than the content, you can set the alignment. Oh, yeah. See? Left and right alignment. Okay. So I'm just explaining some of the basic functionalities. You can also change the font. Same with your Google Docs. You can still add more fonts if you want. So I will just skip this because this is also similar with the Google Docs. Okay. You can also add border. If you select, for example, this one, let's say click, hold. I click my mouse, hold. I'm not releasing my left key. click, hold, drag all the way to this column D, you can actually apply some borders. Okay. You can change the border color if you want, and you can change the thickness of your border. Okay. Again, I'm just discussing here the basics, but later we will proceed to formula and function. Okay. So you can highlight, you can select one cell only by simply clicking the cell. Click here, or here. That is one cell. Now, if you click, hold, and drag from left to right, that is range. What we call here is range. You're selecting column A to column D, A1 to D1 range. Or you can also select vertically. Click here, hold, then drag. So I am selecting A1 to A11 cells. Okay. I can also select from A1 going here to C11. Okay. So I selected A1 cell all the way to C11 cell. That is also range. Okay. Now, if you have number here, for example, I have number, let's say amount. Let's say 10,000. Right? There is a numeric value. You can modify the appearance of this numeric value by simply selecting here, formats, if you want to make it percent, scientific, or number. A number will add decimal places and comma. You can add percentage, currency format. It will add a dollar sign. Okay. You can add decimal places. So we have here three decimal by simply clicking this one, increase decimal or decrease decimal. Okay. So you can play around here. These are all formatting options for your cell. We have here vertical align and horizontal align. This one and this one. Horizontal and vertical. For example, if I will increase the size of this cell, both horizontally, column and rows, okay, I can change this to center align. Vertical align is middle. Okay. So this middle or vertical align will take effect only if you increase the size of the row. Okay. So we also have here text wrapping and text rotation. If you want to make your text appear horizontally, you can do this. Okay. So it's totally up to you. Okay. So that is the purpose of this. Zoom in, zoom out. Yes, you can zoom in and zoom out. Okay. Yan. Okay. So that is the basic of your formatting in Google Sheets. Okay. Now, I will proceed to my slide first. Okay. Explore. The Sheets Explore function generates charts enabling insight and analysis on data. Okay. Again, in Google Docs, if you use your Explore function or Explore button, it will show you results in the web. For example, you search cybersecurity, it will open or it will show you results related to cybersecurity, images or articles, or it will also navigate your Google Drive and look for files or records related to cybersecurity. But in Google Sheet, it's different. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, let's say I will have here, I will add one more sheet here. To add this one, just click the plus sign, and you have sheet number 2. So we have here sheet 1 and sheet number 2. Also, you can right click and rename your sheet. Rename. For example, I will add here, oops, rename practice data. Okay. And you can also change color. Let's say I will add orange. Okay. So you will see we have here a border bottom. Bottom border orange color. Okay. So you can assign color per sheet. Okay. So if I will have record here, for example, name, John, Mike, Jane, Anna, Frank. Okay. And let's say age. Age of John is 12. This one is 15, 15, 14, and 16. Okay. You can also use your up, down, left, right arrow keys. Okay. Age. Let's say daily allowance. For example, this is 100 pesos. This is 150. This is 150, 200, 150. Okay. So I have here example data. So I just encoded the name, the age, and the daily allowance. Okay. So this is the function of your Explore. I'll show you. If I will open this Explore function here, okay. So ask about this data. Okay. So we have here for A1 to C6. Okay. It also shows some formatting for your tables, analysis. You see, the Explore button is different to your Google Docs. So I will highlight now my content here, everything. I will highlight. And if I will check my Explore, so I selected A1 to C6. Okay. So let's check. A1, okay, A1 up to C6. Okay. So if we will check this for A1 to C6, that's right. It's the Explore feature or this Explore button shows us the sum, the average, the mean, and max count all of this data. Okay? So it's different to your Google Docs. Google Docs shows you web results, while in Google Sheets, you can see here what you can see here are data analysis. Okay? It also shows you some formatting for your table if you want. Okay. So for example, I will select this blue, click this one, and I have here now formatting for my table. Okay. So what else? Other function of this Explore. If I scroll down, it will create or it will suggest what is the best chart that you can use for this type of data. Like me, in my case, I'm not that good in using charts. Of course, each data, they have a chart or best type of chart that you can use to present that data. But in my case, that I am not an expert in reading data, I can use the power of this Explore function or Explore in Google Sheets, and I can choose here what type of chart that I can use to present my record. Okay, so for example, I want this one, age and daily allowance using this line tool. You can just simply click this. You see, if I hover here, you will see my mouse pointer. It changed to up, right, up, down, left, right arrow. So meaning, I can drag this. If I click this one, I can simply drag this to my Google Sheet, release. Okay. And I have here now my chart. Oops. Line chart. Okay, this one. Okay. So I use two. Okay, so that's what happened if you use explore using your data. Okay, so if I will change, for example, here the data of John, let's say I will change this to 600, your chart is dynamically updated. Okay, so that's the purpose of this explore. So you can check this if you have time. Uh, for example, if you have grades, student grades, and you want to check the trend of that particular year and section, you can use this charts in Google Sheets using the Explore to check if the students is performing well or if they have issues with the, for example, topic that you discuss. You can check the grades. Okay. Yan. So if you want to remove, again, I'm not discussing here charts yet. I'm just showing you the power of this Explore. Don't get confused. I'm not yet in the chart discussion. So I will click this and remove, remove. Yan. Please bear with me if I'm speaking English because there are some feedbacks that we received that we have some participants that is not in the Philippines and they want to learn also. So uh, please bear with me. Okay. So, okay, that's it. That is the purpose of the Explore. Okay. So again, most of the functionalities in Google Sheets is almost similar with Google Docs. What else? I will show you. What are the other tools that is similar to Google Docs? You have here again the comment. Okay? Comment section allows you to add comment and tag your colleague so that your colleague can add some suggestions about the data. So for example, I will click this one, 600, and I will select this, insert comment. You see? We have the insert comment similar to your Google Docs. And I will ask, for example, uh, hi, Miss Jade. Okay. After typing the name, Miss Jade, it shows the email of my colleague. And I will ask her, for example, hi, Miss Jade, please double check the record. Okay, then I can assign this to that person and I can click assign. Okay. So someone needs access to the file, share with one person, comment. Comment. Okay. So my colleague now, Miss Jade, will receive this comment in her email. And once she opened the link, she can now add suggestion here. Okay? Very similar to Google Docs. Okay. Yan. So you can also download. If you go to file, you can download your Google Sheet file in different file formats. In Google Docs, you have PDF, you have MS Word file, while in Google Sheet, you also have PDF, and here we have Excel file because it's a spreadsheet. Okay? You can download as comma separated values or CSV or tab separated values. So it's up to you what type of or what format you need to download. Okay? We also have here version history. Version history, same with Google Docs. It shows uh, it shows the changes that happened in your document. Okay, so if you select this version history, okay, you can see here the changes that I made. Now, for example, if my colleague, let's say Miss Jade, will make some changes here, her name will also appear here in this history, version history, and the time and date. Okay. So those are the functionalities that are very similar to Google Docs. Okay. Now, okay, so I will stop here. So, since spreadsheet is known to compute numbers or analyze data, it's better if you know how to use this using the functions and formula. Okay? So I will show you one. By the way, guys, dear sir and ma'am, you will have an assignment again regarding this. Okay? So this is our website. If you go to webinars, I'm showing you where you can download the materials later so that you can practice. Okay? So I will click here, webinars. I will go to this 5-day comprehensive G Suite training, and that is HWT GS002 002. I will click this. Okay. Now, if you scroll down here, we have here the links of the video. So now we are in day 2. If you scroll the way down here, you can see here link says download Google Sheets sample data. Okay? So you can download this later, not now, later, and you can apply the different formula that I will use in this discussion. Okay? So I will click this one. Click. You see? It's downloading now. Once done, I will open this. Show in folder. So this one. I will right click and extract my downloaded file because it's a zip file. Extract all. Oops, sorry. So this is the window after clicking extract all. And I will click extract. Now, I have here the sample data. Okay. Close this. Now, if you remember, during our first day, you can upload your file in Google Drive and later open that using Google Docs or Google Sheets. But since I am using an Excel file, I will upload this and open this as a Google Sheet file. Okay, I will show you how. I am now inside my, where's that? Inside my sample data, I mean Google Drive and my sample data window here. I will go to my drive and open first my G Suite main folder because I want to save this in my G Suite training batch 2, day 2. Okay, I will open this first. Okay. Now, once my day 2 G Suite training batch 2 is open, I am now inside of this folder. I will now open my extracted folder, and I will click hold. Watch this. I will click hold and drag this here in my Google Drive. Release. See here, one upload complete. That is my Excel file. Again, this is an Excel file. Okay. So the file is this one, not this one. This is a copy. 2020-0703 sample data XLSX because this is an Excel file. So I will right click, open with Google Sheets. Okay. Click this one and I will wait. Okay? So don't worry kung meron po kayong part na medyo nawala po kayo. This video is a recorded video. You can watch this again later if you want so that you can check again the steps. Don't worry. Okay? You have enough time later to check. Okay. So after opening my Excel file in Google Sheets, I have now this file. Okay. So you can rename this if you want, and it's an Excel format. It's okay, no problem. Okay. And it contains a lot of tabs. basic, class record, text functions, auto with criteria, translate, etc. Okay? VLOOKUP, unique, run between. So it's a lot. Okay? And so I will start first with the basic formula, and I will start here in the basic tab. Okay? So again, later, if you have time, download this Excel file, upload this to your Google Drive, upload, then open that Excel file in your Google Sheets. That's all. Okay? Okay. I will open my slide first, and I will start with formula. Okay, I'm sorry. Formula. Formula is an expression that operates on values in a range of cells or a cell. For example, A1 plus A2 equal sign A1 plus A2 plus A3, which finds the sum of the range of values from cell A1 to cell A3. So this one is an example of formula. Okay? Formula, you need to type first equal sign, then type the reference cell and write the operation. If you want to add, of course, you need to use the add sign or plus sign. Then A2, that is your second reference cell, plus A3. That is the third. Okay? So, we will do this manually in my example uh, record. Okay? Function. So, we have two. Again, we have two. We have function, a formula, and we have function. A function is a predefined formula that performs calculations using specific values in a particular order. Excel, not Excel, but Spreadsheet includes many common functions that you can use, like sum, average, maximum, and minimum value. So I will show you later. So this is the parts of a typical function. Okay. We have here equal sign. That will be the first. And you have here the function name. So in this case, the function name is sum. And we have here opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. And what's inside of this parenthesis is the argument. You can add 1, 2, or 3 arguments depending on the requirement of that function. There are some function that looks only for one argument. There are some functions that looks for 2 arguments or more. So it depends. Or there are also some functions that looks for a range of data. Okay? Yan. You can also use formula as a linear form. For example, I started here with the equal sign function A1, trim, and reference to. And I have here lower A3. This one. Okay, so this is a linear. Okay, you can also nest a function. It's a function inside of a function. So I have here trim function inside here, A3, trim. And inside of this upper function is the result of this trim. Later, I will show you how to use this. Don't worry. So I'm just showing you the different setup. Okay. I will go back to my sample data. Okay, this one. Okay. So I have here first name, middle name, and last name. These are all dummy text only. Okay, I just invented this data. Let's say these are all college students, and we have here grades for their prelim and the I think I typed this. This should be midterm. Okay? And this is final term. Final. Okay, final term. And this is final grade. Yan, grade. Final grade. Okay? Again, practice this Google Sheets because this is very powerful if you're working with numbers. Okay? Formatting, you can explore the formatting like colors, font size. But if you have enough knowledge on how to use the formula and function, this one is better. Okay? So let's say my goal here is to add. I will add all of these numbers and later I will divide this to 3 so that I can get the final grade. Okay, let's try. I will type first the equal sign. That is the first requirement if you want to add function or formula inside your cell. Okay? I will type, I will click my first. Now, you need to click this. You need to have your cell here. Because if you type, for example, 88 plus 85 plus 95, so if you will check 88, 85, 95, these are all valid numbers. Okay? If I press enter key, I have the result. Correct, 268. But the problem here is if I try to change the prelim, for example, 70, the result here will remain the same. That's the problem because what I type here is a fixed value. So much better select first the cell, the reference cell, and perform the addition. So you can do like this. I can click 70. Instead of typing the number 70, I will use the D2, meaning the content of this D2 cell. I want to add the content plus 85 plus 95. Okay? So I'm looking for the content of these cells. Press enter key, I have 250. If I change this to 90, enter, this will change automatically. That's how you use the spreadsheet. Better to reference the cell. Okay, now, what I have here is 270 because what I did is I just added all these 3 cells. So what you can do here is just follow the PEMDAS formula. So I will add parentheses here, meaning I want to add first all these 3 cells, and after that, I want to divide it by 3. Okay? Press enter. I have here 90. So if I change this, for example, to 75, this will automatically change. Okay? So the grade is dynamically updating every time you make changes. Now, some first timers in using in spreadsheet, in using spreadsheet, after typing the formula here, they will type it again here. Equal sign, parentheses, they will click this, plus, click this, plus, click this, close, divided by 3, enter. It's okay. It will work, but it's not efficient. Okay? What you can do is, if you select this cell, the one that has the formula, I can click here. You see this rectangle or square icon here. If I hover my mouse, it changed to cross. I can now click hold and drag this all the way down and then release. And you can see now your grades automatically computed for you. Okay? So if you want to validate if these results are correct, you can double click this one. You can see here that the formula that is inside of this cell it uses the D4, E4, and F4 cell. Okay? Again, these are just basic math formula. I believe you have knowledge about this because you have basic math. PEMDAS, parenthesis, exponent, multiply, divide, add, subtract. Okay? I can double click this one to check. Okay, it's correct. Double click this one. Okay. So I have now a valid result, valid data, computing the final grade of these students by only using basic math function. Okay? So again, this manual. I'm not yet discussing here function like sum, count, average, not yet. This is just a basic math formula. So I can highlight everything here, highlight. I can change, for example, the number of decimal, decrease, let's say 2. I can make this bold. I can change the font size, for example, 12, and make it, for example, blue color. You see? While I'm discussing formula, I'm also discussing some of the formatting here so that you can explore. Okay. Done. Okay. So that is the basic math function, basic math formula. Okay. So I will now proceed to my next tab. I will skip this class record. I will proceed to text functions first. Again, here in basic, what I did is basic math formula only without functions. But this one, we will now explore some different text functions. Okay, we have here a lot of data. Wow. So this is 20 students. Okay. I have here record of my students. Again, these are all dummy records. Just an example. And I have here some emails that is typed incorrect. For example, this Felix detail is capital F. We all know that email should be all lowercase. Okay? So I'm also informing you that if you start answering the evaluation, that will be on the 5th day. Don't worry. On the last day, make sure that you type your email correctly. Okay? So capital F, capital K with space. So we have here some issues about the email. We have here some mobile numbers here. Okay, so we will use some useful text function. Okay. So text function, let's say you want to change all of this name, first name, middle name, and last name to all uppercase. Okay. Uppercase. Again, don't worry if you think that I am explaining this too fast. This video is recorded. You can watch this again so that you can practice later. Okay? Uppercase. If I want to use the uppercase function, again, the basic format of our function is equal sign followed by the function name. Okay? Upper is your function name. And we have here the opening closing parentheses. Okay? Click this one inside this formula, inside this parentheses, and click the cell that you want to target. Okay? A2. Again, what I'm explaining here are formula and function that Google Sheet supports. There are some Excel function that is not supported by Google Sheets, and there are some Google Sheets function that is not supported in MS Excel. Okay? But for this basic uppercase, lowercase, both application can support this. Okay? If I will type equal sign upper, press enter key, that Felix now is changed to uppercase. I have some friends that if they want to change the text in all uppercase, they retype it. They retype. So that's the problem. It's not efficient. It's okay to retype if you have only 2 or 10 records. But if you have like 100 records and you want to change all of them to uppercase, typing all of them is not efficient anymore. So what you can do is using the upper function. Okay? So done. I will change the uh, middle name equals upper, and I want to target middle name. Okay? Equal sign upper, and I will type here last name. Okay, so Felix Santos Detail. Okay? Yan. Now, if you're working with text, actually the best practice here is to trim. Trim first the text before you convert to uppercase or lowercase. What's the purpose of trim? The trim function, this one, I will show you trim. It removes space characters. Okay? There are some instances that students, for example, they encode their name in your Google form, and they will type accidentally. They press the space bar. Excuse. Okay. So since this Felix Santos detail is a text, what you can do here is trim first the text. Trim. So for example, this one, Felix. I will open this. Again, you can modify your formula here or function here. And upper here, you can also change this one. Okay. And again, this function, how relevant this function is, that will depend on the data that you're working. If you're working with numbers, of course, upper is not useful if you're working with numbers. If you're working with text, you can use uppercase. So I will type first here trim. So what I did here is I trim first the content of my A2, meaning I am removing all spaces in my A2 and converting it to uppercase. Okay. I will do that here in my B2. I will add trim. I will enclose. Close the parentheses. Use. And I have here uppercase again. Enter. And here, this one is last one, trim. Okay. So again, these are all trimmed text and all uppercase. Now, there are some cases that your supervisor or your registrar wants your record or the name to appear in one cell. Okay? So let's say I want to add Felix Santos detail in one cell here. You can concatenate. Okay, concatenate. How to concatenate? So I will add here concatenate. Another function that is useful for text. Equals. Okay. So concatenation of two values, you can use this one. Okay. Comma. Comma. Okay. Concat. So what I did here is I want to connect or I want to combine all of this first name, middle name, and last name inside my I2 cell. Okay? So if you have an error here, concat is only looking for two values here. Okay? So that's the problem now, Felix Santos. So what you can do here is to wrap this again to another concat. But the problem is, if you notice, after I use the concat, I have no space here in my Felix Santos. Okay? So what you can do is just type the equal sign, click this one, and use the ampersand space, ampersand connect Santos, ampersand and connect detail. Okay? Okay. So that is the setup. Using the end sign, it allows you to connect one cell, which is Felix, okay, and connect this to space and uppercase and space again and the H2. Okay, that's it. Okay, so that is the concatenate. Okay, you can concatenate using this one, this symbol. Okay, and you can also use lowercase. Lowercase, I will press equal sign. Again, I will type first trim. I want to trim first all of my emails. Okay. After I trim, I want to convert this to lower. You see? Very simple. Press enter. Felix detail. Felix detail is capital F. And it's now lowercase. Click drag. Okay. Drag down. Now, if we will examine our email, I used trim, but still I have this space in Caitlin's email. So if I will double check that, okay, so I use two spaces here, two spaces. Okay, okay, it's good now. Okay, so trim and lowercase. Okay, so I have here Gmail in capital letter. Yeah, this one, Willy Simple Beam Gmail. Okay, see, these functions are very simple. If you will see, okay, it's only change the text to uppercase or lowercase. But if you have a lot of record, this is very useful. So again, I can highlight everything here. I highlighted everything here. I will move to this square icon and click, hold, drag. This one, and release. Okay, nice. So I have now my text converted to all uppercase, and the names are now uh, all combined using concatenation, the end symbol, and all emails are now lowercase. Okay. Yep. So those are for text. And okay. Another useful uh, function for text is left. Yan. So you have now basic understanding on how to capitalize uppercase or lowercase a text. Do not retype. Do not retype your data or your record anymore. Okay? Do not retype. Left. What is this left function? Left function allows you to select the data in the leftmost of your text. For example, I will type here equal sign, and I will type here left. Okay, left. So I will select, for example, this mobile number. I want to check if the number is Globe or Smart, or what is the provider. So I selected this E2 cell. Okay. Then I will type here, for example, 5. So we have here a preview. If I type 5, it captures the first 5 characters in this mobile number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 63917. And we have here the preview. 63917. If I type, for example, 4, 6391. So what I need is 5 because I need to know the carrier. Okay? Press enter key. 63917. I can click, hold, and drag down to check. Okay. So very straightforward. Okay, now if you have questions, sir, I understand how to use lower left, but how can I know what are the different functions that I can use? All of the functions in Google Sheets or even in other spreadsheet application, you can check them here. Functions, and you have a lot of functions here. Now we're working with the text function. Lower, left, we have the exact, find, concatenate. It's a lot here. Again, I cannot discuss all of these functions in 2.5 hours. So if you have time, you can review this and try to practice. That's all I can advise. I've been using Spreadsheet since 2001, but still, I'm not using all of these functions. Okay, I'm just using all functions that I think that is useful to my work before as a teacher and now in the office. Okay? Do not retype anymore. Okay? Do not retype. So again, you can visit all the functions here in your formatting toolbar. We have this like E functions here, E icon. Click down and we have here different categories. Database, array, financial, Google. Google function, this is not support. I believe this will not work in Excel. Okay? So you can explain, you can explore this one. Okay. Aha. If you have left, you also have right. Okay, this is our last function for text. Right? Equal sign. I will type right. And it will capture the first characters in the uh, rightmost part of your data. This one. Let's say I want to get this 5566. This is 4 digits. So right, comma 4. See, I have here 5566. Enter. Click, hold, and drag all the way down. Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much also for those who are happy now and enjoying watching this video. I hope this will help you in your work. Okay. There are some language teachers here, English teachers. There are some words that you need to convert. And what we do is we visit Google Translate. Okay? So we visit the Google Translate. If you want to convert, for example, this word, these are all English words. This one. No. Spaghetti. Yeah, all English words. Let me check. Cheese, pepper, paper, beer, bread, coffee, milk, computer. How are you? Thank you. Excuse me, I want to order. So these are all English words. Now, using this function for text, which is Google Translate, okay, you can select this word, click, comma, and this word is English word. It's an English word, and I want to convert that to ES or Espanol, Spanish word. Okay. After I type this, I press enter, And let's wait. It's loading. You see, it shows now the uh, equivalent word of this spaghetti in Espanol. Okay? Yan. How about Hangul? Hangul is a Korean text. So I will type in, equal sign Google Translate. So you don't need to visit the Google Translate website. That's just to get the translation of the word. You can use this function. This is spaghetti again, comma, and this is English word, comma, and I want to convert that to, I think it's KO, KO for Korean, not KR. Okay. Press enter. See, it's now convert into Hangul characters. For those who understand Korean language, you can read this for sure. Yeah. In my case, I only know Hangul basic Hangul. Okay. Filipino. I'm not sure if we have Filipino word for spaghetti, but we will try. And this is, again, Google Translate, equal sign, spaghetti. It's an English word, EN. And I want to convert this to Phil. Phil is Filipino, not FI. Okay, Filipino. Same, spaghetti, because we don't have a Tagalog version for, or Filipino version for spaghetti. So, I can now highlight all of this, and I can now drag down. Okay. And let's wait for the result. Okay. Again, Google Translate, this will work if you have internet connection because it will look for the result in Google Translate. Okay? If you have poor internet connection, this will work, don't worry. You just need to wait for a little time to load. Okay. So let's double check here the result of the word after translating. Queso, papel, cerveza, pan de molde, café, leche, computadora, como estas, gracias, perdeno, kefe. I'm not, I don't know how to use, how to speak Espanol. Hangul, so we have here Hangul, and we have here the Filipino translation of kape, coffee, gatas. Kamusta ka? Salamat. Mawalang galang na. Gusto kong... this one is not a good translation. You see? Excuse me, I want to order, but the result is mawalang galang na. Gusto kong pagkakasunod-sunod. So you need to check also the result of the translation if it's correct or not. Okay? So it's like Google Translate translated these words or translated the content of this cell per word. Okay? But at least you have the idea on how to use Google Translate in Google Sheet. Again, you need internet for this. Okay? So, done. Okay? So, is there any question? Okay. So, I'm trying to answer some of the queries while you're typing in the YouTube comment section. If there are some questions that I can answer right away, I'm doing it in my presentation here. Okay. So I will now proceed to auto. Auto. Auto is this category. Okay. If I will go to auto sum, to function, this one, sum, average, count, max, min. Okay. Yan. So it looks for a range. Okay. So I have here my record here. Teacher name. I think this is years in service. Service. Teacher name. I have years in service, the department, and salary. Okay. So let's say you want to count all records. Okay. You can use this function. Again, earlier I'm typing the function. you can also use the function by accessing it here. So I will select first the cell where I want the result to appear. Click here, click sum, not sum, sorry, because I want to count all records, and that is count. Count. And by simply selecting the function here, it will format that function in this cell by adding equal sign and adding parentheses. Okay, again, click here, count, and your cursor is automatically inside of this parentheses. So I can now look for the data. For example, this data. Okay. So from B2 to B21, I want to check how many records. Enter. So I have 20. Meaning I have 20 records here. So from number 2 to 21. It's correct. 20 records. Okay. So if you're not in the mood to type the function, you can select it here. Okay. Total salary, I want to sum. Okay, sum. And I will highlight all the salary here because I want to add all of them. D2 to D21. Okay. Oops, sorry. Again, I will highlight. Okay, then press enter. Oops. Sum. Enter. My mistake because I have PHP here. Sorry, I have a text here. I need to remove first all the text because it will not perform the sum. Okay. I want to remove all the PHP here. So I will, I use the find. I will check if this can remove all the PHP. Space, replace with none. Okay, so it replace all, done. So okay, I have here 740,000. Average salary, I can use average. Okay. I want to check the average salary of all the teachers in our school or university. Average, I will highlight everything, all the data. Enter, and 37,005. That is the average salary. I want to know what is the maximum salary here. What's the biggest salary? So I can select this and select maximum, max, highlight everything, and the max function will select the biggest value or biggest data. 65,000. Let's check. Okay, so we have here 65,000. It's correct. Okay. Minimum salary. Mean. Okay. And enter 20,000. Okay. So again, if you're not in the mood to type the function name, you can access the function here. But of course, you must have an understanding or knowledge what function you want to use. Okay? Yan. Yeah, I can read in the comment that some of them are saying remove PHP, remove PHP. Yes, that's my mistake. I forgot to remove the PHP. Uh, thank you for your reminder. Okay? Yan. Okay? So, you see, these are just basic function. Now, let's check. Let's explore this with the explore feature here. I will highlight everything again. I will highlight. Again, I highlighted. And I will click explore. Okay. And let's compare side by side if we have the same result. Okay. So let's check. I will insert column here. If you want to insert column, just oops. If you want to insert column, just right click here and click insert one or insert one right or left. Okay. I'm just inserting column because I want to show you the result side by side. Let's compare. Okay. If I will highlight this, everything. Okay. I have here now the yan. So we have here count A, not count only, count A. Max is 65,000, min is 2. Why do we have 2 here? Mhm. Okay, I will check later this. Maximum is 65, average is 37. Ah, yes, because I also highlighted these numbers. Okay. I will highlight only this. Okay, so we have the correct record. And it also computes the age and the years in service. So we have here sum. Sum is 740,000, 37. Minimum 20, max is 65. Count A or count is 20, count all. Okay, so you can use this function or you can use this explore as your reference to check the uh, result of this sum, average, min, and max. Okay? Wait, I will check your screen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's I will now move to next function. Okay. Again, if you have time, practice this. We uploaded the file in this website, in our website, Habi Web Technologies. Look for this 5-day comprehensive G Suite training, and you have here the link. Okay. Download and later practice. Okay. So if I highlighted this again, I can use the chart to show the result. Okay. Much better if you can select this, press control and this. Okay. I will remove this one. I highlighted the name of the teachers. This one. Click, hold, and drag. Highlight this. I press the control key. I'm pressing control key, hold. Okay. Then I can now drag the chart that I need. Okay. Again, this is not the chart discussion. It's only we're just using the power of the Explorer. Okay. And so it's 3:30 now. I will give you a 5-minute break, bladder break. So you can stretch first. If you need to go to the bathroom, you have 5 minutes. Okay. And the time starts now. Okay. 5 minutes. So we will resume 3:35 in my clock here. 3:35. Okay, going back na po tayo. So I will now again present my screen. Okay. Okay, I will continue now. Before I continue, kamusta po? How's everyone po sa paikinig po sa akin? Ayan. I hope may naukuha pa po kayo na sa discussion natin. Okay, I will check my audio. So my audio is okay. Ayan. Okay, so I will now continue. Yan. Maglagay lang po kayo ng inyo pong feedback. Kamusta po kayo dyan sa paikinig? Yan. Kamusta po kayo? Just type okay pa po or smiley. Yan. Okay, so again, we're done with using some of the auto computation of Google Sheets, like this one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I will now proceed to this next topic, which is using auto, but this time with criteria. What we did here earlier is we count all the records, we compute the total salary, the average, maximum, minimum, but you can also use these functions, count, sum, average, max, and minimum with criteria. Okay, with criteria. So how do you use this? Okay, so I have here two tables. The first table here is student name, year level, and the section. Let's say this is a record of the event or the registration event happened in your school. Okay, and for example, you are the registrar and you want to count how many first year students attended the event, for example. Okay, I will add one. Okay. Actually, you can do a lot in Google Sheets or even in other spreadsheet application. All you have to do is practice. That's my advice. Practice. Okay. So let's say all first year. Yan. Okay. Let's say we want to check the record. Okay. So this one, let's say, if I will use again the count function that I used earlier, and if I will highlight all of this, okay, so we have a lot of records here. I will highlight everything. So this is up to cell 69, A69, B69. Okay, enter. So the result is 68. Okay, that is correct if you want to count all students. But if you want to count only the first year students here, you need to use the auto or count with criteria. So you need to modify this count. Count if. Okay? Count if. Okay? Tama. And type the range here or select the range. So this is B68. Okay? So 69, comma. And the criteria is, for example, 1. I'm looking for 1. So meaning, count if count all the records if first year. So I'm looking only for one here. And the result is 22. Meaning we have here 22 first year students out of 68 records. Okay? Yan. I will press enter. Okay. Oops. Okay. So this is the range. This is the range. And this is the criteria that you're looking for. You're scanning the range from B2 to B69. And I am looking for first year. If I will change this, for example, to fourth year, it will display 18. Okay? Yan. Okay. So that is count if. Let's say you want to select all first year student, all first year section, let's say Mars. So you have two criteria now. Okay? Again, what we did here is only one criteria. One criteria. I'm looking only for first year. If you're looking now for two criteria, first year and section Mars, here I'm using count if. This time I need to use count ifs with S. Okay? Because I'm looking for two criteria. So I will highlight my first range of data, range data. Again. Okay. In my B2 to B69, I'm looking for first year. Tama? And here, in my second or C column, I will highlight all of this record. Okay. I am looking for Mars. This one. Okay. Again, my first criteria is I'm looking for first year student in this B2 to B69 column, which is this one. And my second criteria, I'm looking for section Mars in this C2 to C69 column. If I press enter, I have 14. Okay? That is the using auto with two criterias. Okay? Okay. So I will, again, what I used here is count if and count ifs. I will proceed to my next table here. Okay. In my next table, I have here name of the teachers, again, years in service, and the department and salary. So again, I'm going to perform computation here, so I need to remove all of this PHP. I will demonstrate again. I will click here in this K column. I will go to find and replace. I can use Control H for the shortcut key. Okay. I'm looking for the keyword PHP space because it has a space here. Replace with just an empty string and just click replace all. Okay, so it removed all the PHP. Okay. So let's say I want to add salary of all math teachers. Okay. I want to add. I want to add the salary of all math teachers, and you can use here sum if. By the way, you can type the function name in all lowercase or in all uppercase. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Don't worry. Okay? Okay, so sum if. Yan. I want to sum all of this salary. Okay. Comma. Okay, so we have here the insight. So this is the range and the criteria. So in my case, the range should be, I'm looking for all math teachers. This one first. Okay. And oops. So in this range, I'm looking, uh, wait, okay. I'm looking for math, math teachers. Okay. Tama. And some range. So I want to add this one. Okay. Highlight all of this data and close, press enter. So it's 327,800. I will add formatting. Okay, this one. By the way, if you want to change the currency, okay, because I'm using dollar here, what you can do is select first the number here or the data here. Select the number. Go to this format. Down here, we have here the number, and we have here currency. But all the way down, you have here more formats. More formats and go to this more currencies. Okay? Click that and you can select the type of currency you want. Let's say I can search for, let's say, peso. So this is the way on how to change the currency. LMNOP. Philippine peso. This one. Okay. So click this. Okay. Let's check. Okay. So we have the symbol here. Apply. And yeah, we have here the 327,800 pesos. Okay. How about I want to add all salary of all math teachers more than, oops, sorry, more than 5 or 10 years in service. Okay, so this is two criteria now. I want to add all salary of all math teachers more than 10 years in service. So here I'm using the sum if. You can think sum if or count if is like singular, one criteria. If you use some ifs with s, it's plural, meaning more. Okay, so I will type here some ifs, closed. Okay, you need to select first the data that you want to sum or to add, which is this one. Okay, comma. Next is what will be the range of my first criteria, this one. All in this column, I'm looking for math. Math teachers, comma. And the second criteria is this one, which is more than 10 years in service. Okay? So I'm using now the symbol of greater than. Okay? Greater than. Enter. So I have here 262,800. I will change the format. Okay? So you can change again the currency. So later we will change again. Okay? So again, formula is not easy, of course, for first timer. But again, this video is recorded. Please watch this again and just explore the different functions. You can check also, of course, the internet to check for some resources. Okay? Yeah. That's the advantage of this. Actually, in almost all webinars, the video is recorded. That's why you have time to visit again, revisit the video, and watch and practice. Okay? Yan. I'm just using some basic, of course, these are just basic function, basic formula that I believe most of the teachers are using. Of course, if you're working as analyst or let's say accountant, of course you're using, or let's say statistical uh, data. Of course, you have a different function that you can use. Okay. So next, if we have add salary, I will just copy this. You can also use average. What is the average salary? Okay. And I will just copy this. average. This time, we will explore not math teachers, but English teacher. English. Average salary of English teachers more than 10 years. Or let's say more than, let's say 5 years. Okay. Average. Earlier, what we did is we sum. We just add. This time, we will look for the uh, average. So equals average if. Average if. Okay. And the range is criteria range. So this is the criteria. And what I'm looking for, English teachers. English, comma, and the average, this one. I want to compute for the average salary. Okay. Close. Press enter. Okay, so 30,680. So later we can again change the currency. Okay. So should be here. Okay. So how about math teachers with more than 5 years? That will be equals average ifs. Okay. Average range, this one. Okay. Comma. And what will be the first criteria range? My first criteria is this one. All math. Okay. Comma. And my second criteria, this one, I'm looking for uh, more than 5 years in service. Okay. Okay. So we have here the instant result, 37,542.85714. Okay, enter. I can highlight all of these records or data and change the format number. I want to change the currency to Philippine peso. Now it's the option now is here available. Click this one and peso. Nice. Okay. Okay. Again, advantage of this the advantage again of this Google Sheets, you don't need to save because it will automatically save or update your file. Okay. Yan. We're almost done here. Don't worry. We're almost done with the. Okay. Oops. I think I made a mistake. I'm looking for. Thank you for that. Uh, for those who type their comment, they're shouting, "Sir, it's not math, it's English." Yeah, it's my mistake. Thank you, thank you. It's my mistake. Okay, English teachers. Okay, done. Okay, so it's 30. It's the same. Okay, so meaning we don't have all of the teachers are more than 5 years in service now. Okay, and yeah, thank you to those who typed their comment and remind me that Sir Bien, it should be math. It should be English teachers, not math. Okay, my mistake. Thank you. Okay, so we're done. There is another one function that I want to explain. I think I failed to discuss this. I will go back to text function. For example, okay, I'm now in my text function. Text functions. I will just add one more column here. So I want to show this. Let's say full name. Okay, this one is also useful for all of us teachers. Let's say Jane Doe. Let's say this is a full name, Jane Doe. John Doe. Mike de Mike de Doe. Okay. Francis Francis Jake uh, Moonstar. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Jane Doe, Jan Doe, Mike De Doe. This is the last name. Francis Jake Moonstar. Two names. You can actually use the split. Okay. Split function. I forgot to explain this to you earlier. Split function, it allows you to split the text into columns. But problem with split, you only have one delimiter. One delimiter will be the basis of Google Sheet where to split, what are the records. Oh, I mean, for example, if you use dash as your reference, it will use that dash sign to split your text. Okay? So if I will type here split, I have here full name. Okay? This is the text. If I type comma, what will be the delimiter? So my delimiter is space, like that. Okay? If I press enter, it splits Jane Doe. Okay? So split is good if you're splitting just two names. Or let's say first name is only if the person or the student has only one name. But if you have two full name, that's the problem. For example, if I will do that split again, split for John Doe. Okay, enter. Good. But for this one, Mike the Doe, split, there are some cases that you need to do this manually. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, so we have Mike the Doe. So you need to remove this Doe and type it here. Yeah, like that. I need to type this one, Mike the Doe. I like that. That's the problem of split. Okay, but at least you have the idea that you can split. For example, let's say you have here Mike Santos Diaz. Okay. First name, middle name, last name. This one has no issue with the split. I want to split this text and use the space as my delimiter. Enter. Mike Santos Diaz. The same thing if you have like junior or senior. Okay. So my advice, check first the name of your students or the record. And if you see this format, like two names or two last name, do it manually. But for the rest, you can use the split. Okay? Yeah. That one is very useful for us teachers. Okay. Another function that you can use. Okay. I have here records only of these items. These are just items and the cost. Okay. And if you notice, we have here repetition of records. Spellbound sandals. Okay. Another spellbound. Let's say my staff encoded these records incorrectly. They made the mistake of duplicating the records. Now, if you want to select all the items that is unique in these columns, you can use the unique function. Again, I'm now in my unique tab. Okay. Yan. So I can highlight all. I will type here first equal sign unique, and the range is this one. Okay, close. I type unique. I selected all the records. Press enter key. Okay. So if we will check the result or the output, we have now all the unique records in this data. So meaning out of this, this is 25 records. These 25 records, no, 23 records, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 unique records. You can also use this if you want to check for duplicate emails. Let's say you have a registration form and the student accidentally registered 3 times. So you can use this to filter all the all the duplicate records. Okay? Yep. Okay. Next function that is useful, or maybe in the future you can use, is the QR code generator of Google API. Okay? Yeah. So for example, this one, we have here our website. If you're not familiar with QR code generator, it's similar to a barcode. Okay? So we have here the QR code column. So your certificate has this QR code. Much better, once you receive your certificate, download any QR code generator, scan the QR code, and visit the website because it will show you a website URL, and visit that website and check the result. That will help you to validate if your certificate is from Habi. Okay? So QR code. And now I prepared this function here as your reference. Again, you need internet for this. Okay? So if you notice, I'm using an image function. And inside this image function is the Google API chart link with the size of 200 by 200. And the type is QR code. And what will be the value? The value is must appear in this cell here. Okay, so I included this formula in your file for you to practice. So you can copy this. I will just copy this code. I will copy this. Okay. I will double click here and paste the code. Okay, so again, I'm using an image function, but I need to change this cell here. I need to remove that, and I need to select this website. Okay. Enter. And notice here, if I will increase the size of the row, I have generated my QR code. Okay? You can use this QR code, for example, in your school. You want to uh, issue certificates. Okay? So you can type a serial number that will reference your that will show that the certificate of the student is valid using QR code. Okay? So let's try again. Another one, another example. Okay? So this one is serial number. Okay? I will drag here down, and we have here QR code. Okay. So you see, this one is longer value. That's why we have this one. A more complex QR code. And we have here SN001 only, a serial number. And we have a more simpler QR code. Okay? So that is and actually you can use this, you can copy this and paste, and copy and paste this, for example, in your Google Docs file. You can print screen this. If you want to print screen, you can print screen this and paste this to your, for example, your Photoshop file as QR code as reference for your certificate. Okay? Yeah. So again, you have here the code. All you have to do is copy, practice this, and paste. Okay. So for example, if I have a doc file, docs.new. Okay. So for example, I shifted from Google Sheet to Google Docs, and I want to just zoom in. Let's say this is certificate of participation. Yeah, bold. Example, this is the certificate. Oops, it's too big. Okay. Then you can copy this. I can copy this, copy, and I can paste that QR code here. Okay. Then you can, of course, you can drag adjustments, text wrapping. Yeah. So you can, for example, this is your certificate. Yeah. So you have now QR code. Okay. Yan. Okay. Yan. So, kamusta po uli? Kamusta po yung mga nanonood? How are you guys? To those who are watching, who are not actually Filipino, how are you? How's my discussion? And sa mga Pinoy, kamusta po tayo dyan? Ano pa po tayo? Sunod pa. Ayan. Medyo loaded, no? I discussed a lot, but again, this video is recorded. Please watch again and follow. You have a lot of time. Okay? This video is only 2.5 hours. So, just watch those topics that you miss or you fail to understand. So, okay. So, I will now proceed. Okay. Translate. We're done with translate. That is the translate earlier. So, I failed to remove this tab. Okay. VLOOKUP. Okay. One of the most important function in all spreadsheets. Okay? In all spreadsheets application. Those who attended this training 5 days, don't fail to attend the third, fourth, and last day. Okay? Don't make sure you complete this 5-day training. It's long, but I believe it's worth it. Okay? So I will proceed now. VLOOKUP. What is the function of this VLOOKUP? Okay. VLOOKUP is a spreadsheet function. I will increase this one. VLOOKUP is a spreadsheet function to find and retrieve data in a table organized vertically. We have HLOOKUP, but VLOOKUP is the commonly used. Okay. After this VLOOKUP, we will now proceed to the class record. Okay. We're almost done. Okay. So let's have I have here student name, Kenya Baxter, Grayson Blevins, Kerry Ann Rojas, Mihai Baldwin, and they have rate AAE. And these rates has equivalent remarks, corresponding remarks here. So A is excellent, B is very good, C is good, D better, E is fair. Okay? Okay. For those who are tired, just relax a little bit. Again, this video is recorded. Don't worry. Okay, if you feel that you're tired, you can stop watching or relax first. Then later you can review this again. Don't worry. Okay. So let's say I want to match. All A must be excellent. So some people, they will type like this. Excellent. It's okay, but not efficient. That's the function of your VLOOKUP. This will be your reference table to check the value of this rate here, and you can pull the remarks from this table going here. Okay? Equal sign. I will type VLOOKUP. For those who are not available in the third or fourth or fifth session, don't worry, this is recorded. We have a recorded video. Just watch the video after. The search key is this one, A. Okay, A, comma, and what will be the range? My range is this one. This will be my range. Okay. Comma, what will be the index number? Index number is this one. Actually, this is a column. This index 1, index 2. So you want to display Excellent. So excellent is under index 2 or column 2. Okay? So you can type here number 2, close. Again, VLOOKUP, and you want to check A. You're checking this A record in this range of data from E2 to F6, which is this one. And you want to pull the value in the second column or second index. Okay? Press enter. Excellent. Observe here. I want you to observe here. If I will select this one, click, hold, then drag, we have no problem. A is NA here, not applicable. D, D is better, okay. But this one, we have B, it's NA. Okay. Now, I want to give emphasis on this because in every time you drag in any spreadsheet application, your selection also moves. It moved, okay? So for example, this one, it moves downward. This one, it moves downward again, down, and down, okay? So that's the problem. You need to make sure that your selection is locked or constant cell reference here. So to do that, okay, you can add here percentage. For example, I want to lock in this specific range. I can add here $sign. $sign meaning you are locked in only in this E column and second row, F column and sixth row. That is your range and it's constant. It's now fixed here. If I will press enter key, excellent. Now notice, if I download, okay, if I will double click this one, it stays here. Okay, that's the purpose of this $sign. Okay, drag down. Okay, that's it. So we have now the values. Okay, so let's try here another one. This one is a range. We will check if range can work in Google Sheet. I'm just trying to test. Okay. Equal sign VLOOKUP. Okay. VLOOKUP. I want to check the value of this 90, comma, in this cell range. Okay. I want to pull the value, this one to this third. And I will type here false. I will explain this why. Oops. Okay. I will, again, I'm using this table. So I need to lock. Make sure you add here $sign. Again, I'm locking both column and row. Column and row. Okay. This example is for college. Let's say 90 is 1.5. So we have here 95. Now, I have here a range of grades. From 97 to 100, uno or 1. This is 90 and we have here 1.5. 90 is here. 90 is here. 89, 92. Okay, so the reason why I add true here, meaning true is range. Okay, if you type false, false is exact value. False will work here. A and A is both exact value. I can type here false. False. Drag. Okay. But this one is range. From 97 to 100, uno. So you need to type here true. You're looking for range. Down, drag. Okay. I don't have 70, sorry. I don't have 70 here. But if I will type here 65, okay, so 65 and 70 is 225. Okay. Yeah, that's the VLOOKUP. Okay. Yeah. So let's now proceed to the final class record. I believe I still have like 10 more minutes. Class record. This class record is example of typical class record in school. I have here a bunch of students here. I have like 5 items quiz here. Let's examine first. This is quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, all 5 items. That's total of 15 and 10%. I have here a hands-on activity, all graded. And I want to compute the grade and the 20% of that hands-on. Project graded, I want to get the 30%. I have here final exam, which is 40%. They have the score, and we will compute for the grade. And later, we will use the logical if statement if pass or failed. Okay? Okay. So let's try now. So we will now use all the functions and formula that I've discussed. Again, watch again the video for you to follow and review this formula. Okay. I will start first with this one. All of these are 5 items. So I will, to get the total, I can use sum. Sum, and I can highlight all of this. Close. Okay. 15. Click, hold, and drag. Okay, so I have now the total of all these quizzes. Okay. Now, I want to get the grade of this 15. So equal sign, I can use the formula 15 score divide by 15, the total number of items, multiply by 50, and add by 50. I'm not sure if you're using this formula. I'm just using the formula that I used to use way back when I was in secondary. Okay. Enter 100. I can click, hold, and drag. Okay. So I have now the grade. So you can format this, let's say two decimal places. Okay. I want to get the 10% of this grade equals, I will click this one, multiply by 0.10 or 0.1. Okay. 10. Then I can click, hold, and drag. Okay, so I have now the 10% here. This video is a little bit, the info is too much, but this video is recorded. Just watch later. Okay, so again, in total, I use sum. For the grade, I perform the basic computation. And this one is 10%. Okay? Done. I want to compute now for the hands-on. So I have here grade. So all graded, I want to get the average equals average. Average, I will select all and it will compute for the average. 72.6667. Okay. Click, hold, and drag. Let's check. Done. And I want to get the 20% of this. Equal sign. Click this one, multiply by 0.2. 20%. Okay. So click, hold, and drag. Very nice. Okay. So we have now the 20% of this hands-on. Project. We have one grade here. I need a 30%. So just equal sign. Click this. Asterisk 0.3. 30%. Okay. Then download. Okay. For the final exam, let's assume that this is 50 items. Okay. For the grade, equal sign, parenthesis, I will click this, divide by 50 items, times 50 plus 50. Enter. We have here 93. Down, drag. Very nice. We have the grade here. And I want to get the 40% of this grade. Asterisk 0.40. Okay, asterisk 0.40 or 0.4. It's okay. And click hold, then drag. Okay. So I will zoom out now for you to check. Okay. I zoomed out. So again, we have the 10% here. Done. I will change the color for you to see. I will make it pink. Oops, not too bright. This one. Okay. So I need this and this. All the data with pink highlight. This one. And this one. I need to add so that we will have the final grade. Okay. So to add, I will proceed to this final grade. Okay, so I will type equal sign. I will just add all of this. I will click this one. I will zoom in. Click this one. Scroll here. Make sure you type the plus sign and the 20%. I will click this one. Type the plus sign again. Okay, plus and this one. Done. So what I what I want to compute are all the percentage. 10% plus 20% plus 30% plus 40%. Let's type enter. Wow, the student pass. If I will download this, drag and click, hold, and drag down. So we have here now the result. Okay. Yan. So we have now the final grade. That's how you compute the class record. Of course, we have different. For example, maybe you have 10 quiz per periodic up per quarter or per semester. Of course, I'm just using a basic class record, but you can use this. You can apply this depending on the record that you have. Okay. Yeah, in secondary, in public school, you have this e-class record, but it's better that you understand the formula that you're using. Okay, let's have last two functions here. Status. We want to check if the student is greater than 75, pass, but if the student is less than, failed. Okay, so we will reference this one, the final grade. Okay, I will type equal sign and if function checks the condition. If the condition is true, it will display, for example, a text. You can use text or you can use formula, but in our case, we will use just basic text. So if this record is more than 75, so I want to check, this R3 is more than 75, let's say 74. If yes, so this is yes because it's 83.93. So meaning this is true. R3 is more than 74. Yes, it's 83. So you can type here pass. I will use all uppercase. Tama? Okay. If not, I will just type here failed. That's the basic function. Okay. If R3 cell is more than 74, which is true because it's 83, it will display pass. If not, it will display failed. So I will press enter. Pass. Okay. If I will click hold here and drag down, we have here one failed, 72. So meaning this condition is false, it displays the failed text. Okay? Okay. And last one is ranking. Let's say your school wants to check who is the first top 1 or top 2 or top 3. Okay, last one. Equal sign. I will just type here rank, close, and the data. This will be the data. I will highlight everything. close. Okay? I want to lock because I want to, oops, this data, sorry, rank, this the value, comma, and the data is this one. Okay. So I need to lock this because later I need to drag this and I use the same data as my reference. Press enter. So this is rank 7. If I will click, hold, and drag. Okay, so 92.5 is the first, top 1. Top 2, top 3, top 4. So again, I used rank. That's the last function. Okay? So again, our discussion today is a little bit loaded, but I believe that you can still spare some time. If you rest, then watch this video again, practice. Only practice can make us teachers efficient in using the application. Okay? So don't worry. If you feel tired, just rest for a while, then later watch the video. Okay? So I will stop a discussion about spreadsheet, Google Sheets in this part. So I will, Miss Jade.
All right. Thank you again, Sir Bien, for your time and for sharing your expertise with our viewers. Talaga namang siksik, liglig, at umaapaw. So, do you have any message po for our participants?
Yes, message ko is, yun nga, practice, and kailangan lang ng ano pa, time para makapag-explore pa kayo. Yun lang ang kailangan dyan. Okay, Miss Jade?
Right. Thank you, sir. Before we end our webinar session for today, meron na po tayong mga katanungan na naipon po kanina sa ating comment section. Let me check. First question. For Google Sheets versus Microsoft Excel, what are some major differences between the two programs? Any specific feature that are unique to Sheets or Excel?
Regarding sa differences between Google Sheets and Excel, meron kasing ibang formula si Google Sheets na hindi tumatakbo kay Google Excel. Isa pang example, yung mga macro. Macro is designed for Microsoft. Hindi tumatakbo kay Google Sheets. Si Google Sheets, ang ginagamit app script. Magkaiba sila. Also sa design, may mga design ng tables na unique lang para kay para kay MS Excel na hindi supported ni Google Sheets. Pero kung ang ating issue is more on sa mga functions and formula lang naman, lahat naman ng mga na-discuss today, supported yan both sa dalawang spreadsheets na yon. Okay? Miss Jade?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Second question. Pag nag-upload po ba ng Excel file sa Google Drive, mag-iiba po ba yung laman or the same pa rin po ba?
Merong ibang case na nagbabago ang laman. Okay po. Merong ibang formula na nawawala na po. Nagiging parang static record na po siya. Yan. So, much better po na i-double check din po yon. Pero kung ang tanong niyo po is may possible magbago, meron po kasi magkaibang platform po sila. Yan. Okay po.
Okay, third question. Sir, tanong ko lang po, paano kung sabay-sabay gumagamit ng Google Apps, especially itong mga topics na dinidiscuss ninyo? Wala po bang crashed or traffic operation na may encounter ang mga users? Thank you po.
Actually, wala naman. Ang inyo pong dapat concern is yung inyo pong stable, kung stable lang inyong internet connection. Kasi po, kapag hindi stable, magkakaroon lang kayo ng delay sa pagsisave po ng file o yung pag-update ng sa Google Drive. Pero kung ang tanong is magka-crash, hindi. Kasi lightweight naman yung mga application na yan. Mga web-based sila eh. So, hindi siya ganun kataas kumain ng memory. Pero, ang inyo pong issue is kung stable ba yung inyo pong net connection. Kapag hindi, ayun, yun na kailangan nyo pong medyo i-adjust na kaunti. Okay po, Miss Jade?
Okay, next question po. Applicable po ba sa Google Sheet yung e-class record na ginagamit ng DepEd?
To be honest, wala na kasi ako sa secondary school, sa secondary teaching. Nasa secondary ako way back 2001 hanggang 2007 eh. So, wala pa nung time namin nung e-class record. Pero, hindi ko pa siya nakita. Pero kung siya ay ginawa sa Google Sheet, same din yung mga formula na ginagamit natin. Malalaman ko po yun kung makakita po ako ng isa. Kasi now, nasa ano na po kasi ako yung office. So, hindi na po ako nakaka-handle po ng mga electronic na class record po ng DepEd po. So, kung makakita po ako nun, I can inform you kung saan po ginawa at ano po yung mga formula. Okay po. Miss Jade?
Okay, next question po. Pwede po ba i-open yung file from Excel na merong macro para ma-migrate na siya?
Macro kasi is for Microsoft eh. So, baka hindi siya tumakbo kapag sa Google Sheet na. Kasi si Google Sheet is app script. Yan. Okay po. Miss Jade?
Last question. Okay lang po ba, sir, kahit either upper or lower case ang ginagamit sa pag-type ng command? Hindi ba ito makaka-apekto sa function nito?
Wala naman kasi supported naman ng parehong spreadsheet yung uppercase and lowercase typing ng mga functions nyo. Kunwari, tinype nyo yung word na trim. Trim na all uppercase or all lowercase, walang problema. Basta ang mahalaga, tama yung function name. Okay po, Miss Jade?
Alright. Thank you very much, Sir Bien, sa pagsagot po ng katanungan ng ating mga viewers ngayong araw na ito. But before we end our session, just a few announcements lang po. Sa mga gustong panoorin ulit ang video, mapapanood po ninyo ang webinar replay sa aming FB page. So that's Habi Web Technologies. Please like and follow po para updated kayo sa aming mga announcements at upcoming webinars. Available din po ang webinar replay sa aming website. Just visit www.habywebtechnologies.com and click webinars at the top menu. Click the webinar code HWTGS002. No need to remember the code dahil nandyan din naman po ang webinar name. So click nyo po yan and you will see the links for the webinar video. So website nyo rin po makikita ang link for the quiz na one take only. So, reminder po, no? One take lang po ang quiz natin. So, siguraduhin po natin na napanood po natin ang mga videos para makapasa po tayo. Nandyan rin po ang link sa submission of outputs at evaluation form na mag-open po starting July 10 and open po until July 17. So, you have 1 week para po isubmit ang mga requirements. Ang certificate po ay dyan din po mada-download na magiging available on July 24. So, sa mga tapos na po sa Day 1 assignment, isave nyo lang po yan. And sa July 10 po ang start ng submission, pati ng quiz at evaluation. So, registration process. So, until now, marami pa rin po nagtatanong, paano kung na-miss ang Day 1? Pwede pa rin bang humabol? Yes. All you have to do is follow the registration process. So, ano po bang registration process natin? First, like and follow our FB page for updates and notifications. Second, subscribe to Habi Web Technologies YouTube channel. Third, click Going as the response to the FB events that we will release on our FB page. And last, sharing is caring. So share our events on your timeline or group chats so your friends, family, and colleagues can join too. Please don't forget to read the event details din po dahil lahat po ng information na kailangan ninyong malaman regarding sa webinar ay dun po nakalagay. Alright, after po nyan, panoorin po natin ang replay videos na na-miss natin na sessions and make sure na ma-submit ang requirements within the deadline para magkaroon ng certificate. Clear po ba? Okay, I think that would be all. So, dyan po nagtatapos ang ating day 2. Thank you very much for joining us today. Meron pong last message po si Sir Bien para po sa inyo for our session for today.
Yes po. Yung po. Again, yung pong assignment po ninyo is yung nandun po sa website, i-download nyo po yun. Tapos po, ikabit nyo po yung mga formula na naituro ko po ngayon sa araw na to. After po niyan, after you add the formula, save nyo lang po yung inyo pong Google Sheet. Okay, so first, download sa website, extract the file, upload to your Google Drive, open that to your Google Sheet, then add the formula and functions. After ma-perform yun, download the file and itago. I-save nyo sa inyo pong folder and later, sa fifth session natin, yan po yung isa sa mga requirements na kailangan nyo pong isubmit sa amin. Okay po? So, yun lang. So, have a good weekend po and see you sa third session. Miss Jade?
Ayan, so nakakatuwa talaga yung mga participants natin ngayon, no? Sila pa ang nagre-remind kung ano ang assignment for today. So, thank you very much. Galingan niyo po sa paggawa po ng mga assignments po natin and isave lang po muna natin at isasubmit po yan sa July 10. Okay, I think that would be all. So, dyan po nagtatapos ang ating day 2. Thank you very much for joining us today. See you again on Monday, July 6, same time po at 2 p.m. God bless everyone!